All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith and truth and sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Let's take a trip down memory lane. So, one thing that the Lord blessed me with is a good memory. But it's so much going on. It's so much going on. And, I download old videos, save old videos just for I could bring them up when it's most relevant. So, every time that the orange man get on the podium, I think about, the end of Joe Biden's term, well, actually really the beginning of Joe Biden's term, So you have something called the Big Beautiful Bill. But in Joe Biden's term, he had a slogan called Build Back Better. Then also, if you want to, go into the conspiracy theories and things like that, right? So a lowercase b, right? So Build Back Better, lowercase b look like a 6. So 666 for Build Back Better. Big Beautiful Bill, 666. All right. So anyway, just to throw that out there. But I got a few scriptures. I ain't gonna try to make this video too long, but I just want to take you down memory lane just to let you know, the mind of these devils.
Congressional Republicans just passed a bill that is the largest transfer of wealth from low-income Americans to the wealthiest Americans ever in the history of the United States. This is what Trump calls the one big beautiful bill. It is a disastrous bill, probably the worst thing I've ever voted on. I voted no, of course. There's so many awful things in this bill. Here are the 10 things that I think are going to impact you the most. Number one, in order to pay for these tax cuts, they cut healthcare significantly. It's the largest healthcare cut ever. 17 million Americans will lose their healthcare. Number two, medical debt. So healthcare costs for almost everyone's going to go up. When you take that much money out of the healthcare system, costs are going to go up, and they estimate about 5.5 million Americans will fall into some level of medical debt. Number three, 5 million Americans are going to lose food assistance. So that's food being taken away from children, seniors, veterans. It's awful. Number four,
another thing too. So remember, the Big Beautiful Bill, if I'm not mistaken, it got passed in June or July in 2025. And then what happened in October, November, the government shut down. So it's like they was resetting the system. And that's really what is going to happen because it's prophecy. But, the stage is being set. The stage is being set for, these devils to bring forth their, like I said, they call it they change the name all the time. The number one name is the New World Order. But over the years, they have new slogans like Build Back Better, Big Beautiful Bill, the Great Reset, and that's I like the Great Reset better, to be honest, because that's literally what it is. So it's really all about changing the political and the financial, because it's all about one government, one financial system. No more paper cash, everything digital, which means more control. That's the main word, control. He wants to be like the Most High. So real quick, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth. Because remember, ancient Rome fell, but now Rome is back because there's nothing new under the sun. and had two horns like a lamb, the two political parties. Back in ancient Rome, you had the patricians and the plebeians. The plebeians would be the Democrats today, the patricians would be the Republicans today. But you had the two political parties, because there's nothing new under the sun. But when you go into the word lamb, it goes into being a valiant helper. Because at one point in time, you know, even though they always been devils, they always lied, they never had your best interest at heart. But every campaign, even Trump did it. But every campaign, when a president go to the podium, they like, hey, we're going to do this for you. We're going to do that for you. We're going to cut this. We're going to cut that. Life is going to be great. Every politician. All right. Now Trump did a whole 180 on you. Through all his presidency, his campaign, I mean, he talk about everything's going to be cut in half. Gas prices, energy prices going to cut in half. Your grocery price going to cut in half. Everything's going to be cut in half. Nothing that happened, right? So, but now he's speaking as a dragon. Like ever since as soon as he got up in the office, he brought Elon Musk to the table, letting you know where the world is going. And then ICE agents came. All right. And everything. And now he even talking shit to his allies. Like, hey, we're gonna take your Greenland. All right. We're gonna take Greenland. We don't give a damn how you feel about it. All right. Then he just talking cash money shit at the World Economic Forum, talking about, oh yeah, dictator, we need a dictator, you know. And then he talking about, like, if we do attack, you know, who can stop us? Like, so the pride of his heart have deceived him, you know. So he just, hey, the Lord got a hell of a spirit on him. He's that cruel Lord. So like a lamb, now he speaks as a dragon. That's the time that we are in. All right. That's the time that we are in. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Med suggests that over 330 rural hospitals will shutter their doors. They'll shut down. Number 5, it defunds Planned Parenthood, which means that clinics all over the country, including blue states, will close. Number 6, it ends billions and billions of dollars in new.
That's probably the only righteous thing in the bill. But I doubt that they'll cut out Planned Parenthood. But
Energy tax credits. Number 7, when you take all of those tax credits out of the system, folks estimate that almost 2 million jobs will be eliminated. And
well, first of all, the data at the end of 2027, I think I did a video on it a few weeks ago or a month ago. It said that 117 million jobs been lost, and unemployment is very, very high. Another thing that the devil promised, that there's going to be so many jobs being built. And here's the thing, though. What type of jobs? Because everything is going digital. So you got to have that type of education. All right. You got to be able to do computer software stuff, artificial intelligence stuff. Who knows that stuff? That's not in school. You got to know technocrat stuff. So that's why they building all these robots. And white collar jobs, you know, being attacked first, of course, before the physical labor jobs. But yeah, they got robots on deck to replace people. Wondering where the people, what's going to happen to the people?
Number 8, energy costs will go up by about 30%. So for the average family, that's hundreds of dollars every year. Number 9, there's tens of billions of dollars in here for more detention centers. So instead of...
And that's what's going on right now. All this fake paper money that they could print out of thin air is going towards war against the tribes.
Securing the border and doing real immigration reform to keep people safe. This thing is going to build these detention centers all over the country that will increase the mayhem and chaos that you're seeing. And number 10.
And then on top of that is already, first of all, the FEMA camps, all through the Obama administration, they was getting built. A lot of bills was being passed during the Obama administration. Like, they even got railroad systems that go straight to FEMA camps. All of these bills was being passed. I used to be into that back in the day, but yeah, I mean, too much stuff going on, and you know. But anyways, just trying to keep up, trying to keep up.
And this affects all of us. It adds $3.3 trillion to the deficit. Even though it passed, the fight continues. In fact, in some ways, the fight is even more important because now it's real. People are going to lose their health care. They're going to lose their food assistance. We have to fight to ensure that we get a Congress.
I want you to hear what he just said.
Congressional.
It's a very pertinent question to ask, how do we build back better?
To build back better or whatever. We have a chance.
Now remember, this slogan, first of all, understand what the slogan is saying. When the build back better means that you have to destroy the first. That's first and foremost. And remember, this saying was very popular during the pandemic era. All right. Pretty much like 8 months later. And then I call the devil of the century, Yuval Noah Harari, he talking about people going to look back at 2020 and recognize that that's when everything went digital and they accepted it, So going all the way back to having your mask on your face, 6 feet away, all of that was to get a good camera view of your eyes, your face, your body. And everything is always 6. Why 6 feet? Why it couldn't be 12? Why it couldn't be 8? It's always 6. So the Lord told you it's a number of a man represents this devil, man.
To reset the clock and build back better than before.
To build back better than before.
Remember the terrible damage of COVID as we try to build back from this global pandemic.
So at the end of the day, right? Let's continue, because I'm gonna read the 18. So, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, which is the Roman Empire. The way that they do things. Hillary Clinton looked creepy right here. But anyways, but yeah, so I mean they are Edomites, they demons. But yeah, so they exercise all the political power, all the military. They doing everything. Elder Yashawama going to it a lot. How the correlation between America and Rome, how they doing everything. Devaluing the money, spreading their military thin. All right. Even like things like malls, heated floors, obviously the whole political system, the 2-party system, the architecture, everything. And they're going to fall the same way. Just the difference is that this place is going to be an example, just like Sodom and Gomorrah was an example. So it says, and cause of the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed, because Rome came back reincarnated during the Renaissance era, and he doeth wonders. So this scripture over the years, which is a correct breakdown, but how do it apply today? So remember, America was the first to drop an atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And that really put the world at that time in a chokehold. Like, hey, we can't mess with them. But now they on a whole different level. They got Palantir weapons. All right. They got weapons that like they got frequency weapons now. They got direct energy weapons. Okay. They can literally shoot fire from the sky. As I said, he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the sight of the earth in the sight of men. Okay. So all the things that we've been seeing over the years, technology is ramping up, weaponry is ramping up, which is his blessing. That's Genesis 27. He was blessed with the sword. He's going to rule by the sword and conquer by the sword. And deceive of them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had a wound by a sword and did live. So the image that we are seeing today is this new technocracy that they're trying to bring forth. The first technocracy, if you want to be, Frank, going all the way back to the Social Security cards and, you know, what you call it, birth certificates and things like that. That was the first technocracy. Now, you know, as the scripture says in Daniel 12:4, knowledge shall increase. Now they want more control. Now they want to put something inside you. But let's continue.
Joe Biden calls it Build Back Better.
Build back better.
Building back better.
To do things differently. To build back better.
We're going to build it back better.
And build it back better.
It's my plan to build back better.
Start taking all the problems that have been created in education and mental health and start to build back in a positive way.
And also, their form of building back better is it's called augmentation, which means to upgrade. And they thinking that by putting technology inside you that they can upgrade you. See, right now, everything is external, which is on the outside. You know, that's why you can have glasses on. You have some smart glasses on, and you can read people's languages and shit like that. The shit is cool. But the point is that technology is not bad. This is why the scriptures say that, just to give an example. See, if the devil actually had it, I mean, if he had a righteous bone in his body, he actually can use technology for good. But everything that they touch, they use it for bad. And that's not the will of the Lord. So it said, for the good things are good things created from the beginning. So evil things for sinners. That's the problem. Okay. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour, wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, oil, and clothing. All of these things are polluted. All these things are good to the godly, but to the sinners, they're turning into evil. So, you know, first of all, the Lord ain't never make the only positive thing that came out of technology is the men of the Lord uploading their videos. That's a double-edged sword of the Lord. See, the Lord put the spirit on these devils to make something like this for his word. Because every time when it comes to end time prophecy, 2 Ezra 6, Revelation 11, Ezekiel 37, all right, it always talks about, Wisdom of Solomon 5, it always talks about men waking up, declaring their works. Scripture says that the book shall be open under the firmament. That's talking about the internet. Oh, Psalms 19, the internet scripture. So watch a little bit more, and then I got another one. That one is quick.
I have launched a booklet called Build Back Better, Britain After Coronavirus.
It's about building this country back better.
Growing conspiracy following it. It is called the Great Reset.
An unprecedented opportunity to rethink and reset the ways in which we live.
The great opportunity for reset.
The theory even calls Mr. Biden's campaign slogan, Build Back Better, a front for the conspiracy.
Build back better. Building back better our economy.
Build.
I want you to hear what he just said. He just said the old order is not coming back.
So the old order is not coming back. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. That's twofold. That word kill, when you go into the Greek, when you go into the root word, it talks about being separated from society. Because, you know, in the beginning, it might be, voluntary, but the scripture says it's going to be made mandatory. That's when people are going to start getting put to death. See, the voluntary is this. All right, you don't want to take it. All right, cool. You don't got to take it, but you ain't going to be able to shop. You ain't going to be able to be, without any ease. Then it's going to come down to, all right, if you don't want to get down, you're going to have to lay down. So this is what inspired the video, because this is updated. So I had to show you the big, beautiful bill. Basically, it's just a big tax cut, to the rich and taken from the poor, who is the poor? Us. And you know, the great reset, which is the great financial reset, political, one world, new world order, build back better, all of that's the same thing.
I want you to hear what he just said. He just said the old order is not coming back. That is 100% accurate. Now, what order is he talking about? The order of Bretton Woods, the order of the petrodollar, the order that the United States set up back in 1945.
So I'm gonna read through this real quick before we can watch the rest of the video and end it. So saying he calls it both small. I mean, he calls it all both small, great, rich, free, poor, bond to receive mark in their right hand. That's a remix, or in their foreheads. I was struggling right there. Goodness gracious. Let's read it again. He calls them all both small and great, rich and poor, free or bond to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads. Boy. It is said that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark of the beast, the mark or the name of the beast, the number of his name. And you know, 666, World Economic Forum. That got 6 in their I don't know what you would call that. I was gonna say slogan, but whatever. The World Economic Forum. When you read it, I mean, when you look at it, it got 3 6s in it. Actually, it got 666 in it, going all out. All right. And as you see, since the pandemic until now, the World Economic Forum is like the face of all of this, you know. And then why do you have something called the World Economic Forum? Don't the market of the beast dealing with buying and selling? So, and it says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6. 666.
It's over. It doesn't.
So I read through, you know, the mark of the beast scripture, because we at the time where everybody should know what it is. It's a physical device that's going to be implanted inside people. Okay? And they've been showing it on the news, in mainstream news, for the past 2 years, just to let you know, like, they're not hiding it no more. At first, it used to be conspiracy theories. All right? And if you listen to those false prophets talk about it's a philosophy, then you're just going to perish with them.
Work. Trump, he is saying exactly the same thing that Trump is saying. However, Carney is saying that's why we need to band together and have a new world order, this great reset kind of order. We'll have a new world order where the elites all get together from all over the world and they make the decisions.
And they've been doing that. And that's what they're doing now. When they go to Davos, when they go to World Government Summits, when they go to G7, G8, G20, World Economic Forum, all of that, that's what they're doing.
The beginning of his speech, he was talking and addressing that very thing. That hasn't worked. More bureaucracy will not fix it. More globalization, more melding of our countries together will not fix this. That is not the way to go. That is more of what was built in 1945 that is not working. It's time to end all of that. Here's cut 2 from...
Yeah, it is. So that's the thing. It is going to end because they're done with the dollar. They're done with diplomacy. The Lord got a, cruel Lord spirit on him. He's stirring up ruckus. He's going to cause World War III. He's going to cause Jacob's trouble. And World War III is going to be the war to end all wars. And the kingdom of heaven is right next. All right. So you better seek ye out the Lord while he may be found. We are in a time of prophecy. At the end it shall speak. Let's end it on that. It is speaking. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. So the just got to live by their faith. Seek ye out the Lord while he may be found. And shalom.